Okay, Cancer, we are here to do your September read. This is going to cover a little bit of the astrology aspects, but I'll do the astrology forecast separately. Yes, we're having Mars on the 9th go retrograde. So for you guys, let's have a look. We have your home-related dynamic at the moment between now and October is up for changes. There can be balancing, there can be contracts linking to it. Also with Aries in Chiron and Mars going retrograde, it's hitting your career sector. There can be some changes there, and I'm seeing that. But it is to do with your beliefs and wounds linking to such. So there could have been circumstances in the past that linked to, your career sector and the growth within that area. There also may have been memories of that coming up, and you're questioning that at the moment, and you're trying to create that stability so you don't have to repeat old cycles. Now, I have pulled the ruin for you, which is such, and this is for the month of September. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, as well as I cover the astrology, and I do twin flame reads as well, and astrology forecasts. Now, let's have a look at what's coming up. Now, in the book relating to this for you guys, so the highest activation, you can be extremely fatigued. Work can either get more busy or it can get to the point where it slows down. But I'm feeling, if anything, it's devil in the detail, assessment of things, having the energy to get things done. Looking at those domains, keeping your reputation high, maybe an external influence coming about, playing out again, and you're looking at how you can balance that. So where have there been misuses of power? Where do you feel you've been off mission? That's the question of the 10th house with the retrograde. You're going to have an opportunity to look at that and see what you're going to do to move forward. Now, we're going to have a look at the crowning energy of the ruin. So the ruin, directly what it means: mystery, change, and unpredictable events, intimate encounters, esoteric, unfolding of fate and karma, feminine mystery, events and incubation. In the reverse, irritation, fear, vulnerability, ill fortune, faults and mistakes exposed. And because the wounds link to your career sector, it can be subjects to do with that, but this can be a separate event. Someone trying to sabotage you if you're not at that higher frequency. Hi, Dale. So if you are at the higher frequency, wounds linking to it, it might have been that you had a lot of energy that you had to place elsewhere. Now, we did have the nodes in Cancer and Capricorn. They transited in May to Sagittarius and Gemini. I have noticed themes, Cancer, as we've moved through August into September, because this is the reading for September, where some of that karmic energy between now and the end of the year is really tying out. Now, September is a vibration 9, and I was hearing 911 because the physical vibration of the year is a 4. So it's 11119 or 911. So, yes, there are some dire situations that are coming to a close. There's transformations. Old karmic cycles may be repeating, or you're looking at them and you're trying to tie them out. So when I'm talking about in layman's terms of the nodes, we were to move away from the south node and to the north node. So the north node was Capricorn. Now, we are having Mars retrograde on the 9th. We're having Jupiter direct on the 13th. And on the 31st in Capricorn, which is where we were moving towards, we're ending that karmic cycle between now and the end of the year, and we've started a new one. So we've got two energies going on. Themes to do with your first house placement. You were forced to focus on the accountable energy, which is your shadow sign, Capricorn. So, having a balance where maybe you had integrated and tapped into family-related dynamics, because your zodiac sign's linked to family, tribe, connections. And, at one point, maybe it was all that. Then it was all on you, so to speak. Then it moved and it's gone back over to Capricorn. So some of that has been ignored and it's coming back again to be looked upon and to try and find the balance between now and October. So this actually is in the reversal. But I feel it's more towards the Mars retrograde. So there can be themes in the first 2 weeks that play out or have already started and will continue. Whatever they are, it is connected to destiny and karma and a tying up of an old cycle. Now, in the past position, this has been a very cruel cycle for you. So it has felt that there's been very vengeful energy. It has felt very vindictive. You may have got to that demeanor yourself, or it might have been other individuals, but deep reflection on such has been so. So the balancing of karma is the requirement of the transformation of it. Let's have a look at what this is going to. I do feel, if anything, there were some things that were hidden from you. Maybe it was your perspective and perception of it, and it's changed. And maybe you've been trying to change the status quo, so to speak. You know, how people have seen you, how you've been in scenarios. You've been trying to transform that. But, you know, I feel it can be poker faces going on. Maybe them not wanting to have you in a different way, and, you know, the requirement of them needing you to be the same. Now, the interesting thing is with both 1st and 7th house placement, which is such, because Capricorn currently is in your 7th house, you will find relationships moving to the next level by mid-month. And you are going to be, if you're focused on other areas, and it has been external energies, I do feel with Jupiter going direct, which is on the 13th, I feel even prior, it can't even be bouncing off. There is a large focus. There's this push-pull energy, and I do feel you're going to be very focused and accountable in the connection of romance. But you're going to have to face this old energy of the past, and it's almost like you're tying up that loose end in a sense from a spiritual point of view and a psychological point of view of how that made you feel. Now, currently, there may be a lot of ego. Now, this can be you maybe beating up on yourself, you looking at things. This can also be other people. It doesn't have to be you. But the current energy is an egoic perspective, you know, trying to have the sun. There is a lot of ego connected to your romance sector, and even what you may need to do in order to move forward. But I do feel you know what you're going to do. You know who you are. But people are painting a different perspective to this situation. And they're almost trying to eliminate room for anything else but what they're requiring. Why is this? Because they haven't changed. Okay, no surprises. So egoically, maybe you were hoping, and it's different to have hope and then have truth. Now, we can hope, but we don't. How do I place it? It's not hope. I feel statements and agreements were made, but they haven't been addressed in a sense of it has not been given take. Where's your 8th house? Let me look at that. Oh, it might have been so, and it may have come back in your mind to bring a group together. But the group energy is Aquarius, okay? So the energy of Aquarius is in your 8th house placement. It may balance out in a healthier way by 2021, but between now and then, it's almost like the tribe energy and the bigger group and where you're wanting to go is being assessed. And if you're not seeing a value in it and you're feeling the give and take isn't there and it's lower frequency, I do feel you're really looking at this and it can be causing issues. Where's your health sector? Yes, not having strength and not seeing the bigger picture because it hasn't transformed, right? Okay, so moving forward, you're kind of holding on to hope. You're holding on to hope, but there could be, again, 5 energies. 5 is the energy of change, but you're hoping that you're going to have the strength. But I do feel you need to look at the health of the situation and also check into, is this healthy to do such? This can be relating to a family and children. Also, some of you may be thinking about having a family. Whatever this is, you're trying to bring everything together. This can also be causing depression. So this depression that can be coming through can be due to you actually having to do the things, but it's not reciprocal. So whatever this non-reciprocal energy is, there can be communication in relation to this with these individuals to get clarity on what to do to move forward. But I do feel there's a bit of confusion. You're still open to the transformation, but I do feel you're looking back on conversations and pinning things together, bringing things together in a sense. I do feel by mid-month you're going to see a truth in a situation. There's a lot of stop-starts, and I think this is really getting on your nerves. Whatever these stop-starts are, it feels 10 steps ahead, 10 steps back. That's kind of getting the better of you. You have been waiting for a long time to have this transformation. I feel almost like the energy of water is essential for you. I feel like you need to go to water and actually meditate and, cast a wish. But it's like looking off into the distance and dreaming about brighter futures. But there is something you're waiting on. This can be some information and good news. But it's also some of you, you might. Okay, that's a weird thing. Something just popped in where there might be something that you're wanting to do or gift, and it's between now and Christmas. But this person's none the wiser of it. So whatever this is gifted forward, I do feel it's coming through around November, December. But there is a plan in motion. It's a plan as per se as to what you're wanting to do. Let's see. Okay, with your money. It's funny because you got Aries in your 10th house. So both with your money and your finances, I feel you guys are meditating upon it. Now, if you're feeling tired, it is due to the fact it's hitting the 10th house. Now, there could be, again, external scenarios playing out. It might not be work-related. August has been very heavy for you guys. It does feel, whatever this is, this nagging situation that maybe has been affecting your career sector is coming up. It's either directly the employment sector but whatever it is, you're going to reach a mental clarity. You're going to get to a point you're going to understand what you need to do. And you're not stuck. I do feel if you are speaking poorly in a situation, on your money side of things, there's some bright things here, but you're actually not stuck. I do feel financial freedom. Also, and this doesn't have to be that it's right here, right now, but whatever this information is, it is going to help you. And it's more mind and vibration being in alignment, and it's going to flow. But I do feel August really fatigued you. Whatever this is, I do feel you're paying off debts and you're getting to a degree where you're wanting a little bit of more financial freedom. Some of you also may be tuning into a different job and whether to go, but I feel most of you may have even been, thinking about reconnecting with an old job. But it's funny because money can be spent on a reunion as well. Now, something to do with work is coming up. Now, in the work sector, I'm sort of feeling like you feel you need to make a judgment based on something. So it might be affecting, your movement forward. Now, this can be you needing to actually get a different job, you seeking employment, or for others of you, it's odd because this karmic cycle, there's a lesson in this. And I feel it's really going to be bouncing off at the very beginning of the month, but this themes to do with it would have come up already in August. Whatever it is, if you're on the fence, I just feel there's conflict, and this can be someone who's coming across as an enemy and causing difficulty to you, not communicating, blocking, and being funny. It might have been an old connection, and it just feels you're looking at it and something in you has changed. You may have had someone pass over as well, and you feel the cycle within this location has ended. But you're deeply loyal to it, but it's more a comfortability than, I'm hearing fear of the unknown. So if you're having a transformation in the career sector, I do feel you're coming to terms with something at the moment, but tap into the Aries and Chiron energy and have a look at it. But just realize if you, dot all your P's and Q's and have your paperwork in order, I feel you'll be fine. I do feel at the moment you're not feeling so blessed. And again, work may have been your saving grace. And now I'm feeling because of your fatigue, if you're working and whatever you're working on, or your beliefs to do with your career, you have too much information coming at you. So you're not seeing clearly. But I am hearing the song, I Can See Clearly Now the Rain Is Gone. So I'm feeling it's almost like the need to step back, breathe, and then you can see the reality of a situation. I do feel a new dawn will rise. So money is coming, right? Money is going to balance out the right way and the direction, and happiness is coming, but it's just getting into, the energy of getting grounded so you can step back from the situation and see it for what it really is. Now, in your group surroundings, you're having a huge epiphany. In your mind, the people you mix with need to be in there might be some responsibilities linking to tribe for you, and you're trying to be patient. But it is causing you a lot of grief. And again, as I mentioned, collectively, Cancer is the 4th house placement. So within your home, your relationships, your contracts, you may find frustration and deep responsibility. And it does sort of feel like it is affecting the work domain. So you're trying to keep the balance between family and home, commitments and home. And trying to get that all correct with such heavy Capricorn energy, you're also trying to be kind to yourself at the same time, but there hasn't been much allowance for that. You're trying to diffuse the situation that has not come together, and it is becoming slightly frustrating for you. But I do feel you're waiting on a document, and I do feel communications coming through. Some of you are thinking about what to say in order to simmer a situation. But, you're willing to look at it with the responsibility factor in mind. But you need to bear in mind, where is your 6th house placement? Sagittarius, be careful of your diet at the moment. And connected to old connections, especially with Aries and Chiron, they can be very imbalanced. And this can also be affecting your health, but it is coming to terms with old situations. Some of you, this could be divorces and things to that degree, and moving towards the new energy, which is ushering you to tap into the closure energy of, nothing was ever a waste. I do feel some of you are mass manifesting at the moment. Now, the funny thing is, when I pulled the card for your family domain, the 2 of Cups come out. And I was like, what's up with this? And then I pulled an additional one, and it does feel as though, you've been dealing with a lot of troubles and delays. These troubles and delays, it may be surrounding a family-related dynamic and a love interest, a connection, past, present, or future. But it's just trying to balance the two and wondering why it hasn't balanced. And there's sheer frustration here as to that situation, because some cycle hasn't ended, but it actually was an old cycle. So there can be an element of responsibility here, but it is actually coming to an end. You do need to pay attention to your health. With the 6th house placement of Sagittarius there, if there is an old contract at a karmic level that needs to end, which this is very much relating to it, you're needing to end that cycle, because it does seem that you're having to make a healthy choice to create a balance in some shape or form, make peace with those individuals, either psychologically or 3D with communication, because you're entering a new chapter. And, you're really confused by why this is happening. This feels like it's aging you. I'm seeing both of the males age bouncing out in the card. And again, I'm linking to health, which is Sagittarius in your house. You feel it's time to bring a situation to a close, but you're wanting to be incredibly fair. You're looking over old photos and memories. This might be in your phone. This could be memories of noughts and crosses. I don't know why that's coming up. You in a particular chair and discussing things with individuals. And relating back to your childhood and how things used to be. I do feel it's been a heavy responsibility. It's almost like you've got a toilet roll of problems. It's just the list goes on. The list of thoughts in your mind is really going on and on. Try and drink fluid. Keep your fluid content up. Because with Gemini in your 12th house, you may even have an energy of Leo in you, in your chart. You had a whole list of things that you wanted for yourself, And you have actually made a lot of sacrifices, but potentially people haven't seen it that way. There may have been there might have been spiritual sacrifices you made for individuals that even now they may not see because they haven't walked in your shoes. I'm also seeing an urn in the background. It looks like a passed over loved one, that was very, very connected to you, is guiding you. I do feel you're thinking of them. And I do feel there is, at times we wonder how we channel our guides and our loved ones. And the thing is, through our direct memories, when we're really stuck in an adverse situation, when we actually sit back, you could really be calling upon this person, like, what would this person say to me? And a memory could come up. That memory, they're trying to guide you. They're trying to tell you, please understand I'm here with you. Please understand I'm proud of you. I know this is tough. I've got your back here. I'm going to help you. They also want you to know that, look, regardless of the adversity, the path you traveled, they want you to know that you're a human being and that you're also, I'm seeing you in a white cloak. And the white cloak is, both with tribe being red and yellow being tribe as well, the responsibility. You might have wanted to be more noble than you were. And you may be very judgmental of yourself right now, but they're saying purify yourself, let it go. Let it go. You are a pure soul like anyone else on this planet. They're wanting you to make peace with it. You're not wanting to cause any misfortune. There might have been a lot of misfortune in the past, but you can't live there. 12th house is the house of imprisonment. You psychologically do not want to live there. The white noise you're hearing is the memories of the ghost of the past. We can't change that, but we can change the future. Move back into this pleasurous energy. Okay, let's look at your romance sector, guys. What's coming up here? Okay, you're really tuning into how to bring this freedom, this free spirit. And I'm seeing a horse. I'm seeing an energy of a horse and wanting to be free spirit, wanting to feel valued, loved, adored. But again, inner peace and love is coming through. Maybe at a point you lost faith in yourself, but again, the 12th house is really tough. It's very psychologically traumatizing. I mean, my daughter's in Aquarian currently. She's got Capricorn in the 12th house. And, it's really interesting to move through the placements of astrology and watch the demeanor coming through and the experiences you have. It's very psychological. It's very, at times you feel very isolated. At times you wish to tap out. You guys are just starting that transit and you're already ending the nodes in Cancer and Capricorn, the karmic energy, plus you got Gemini in the 12th. So the white noise and people talking at you, you need time to have time in quiet. You have to have time in quiet because you need to decipher the overload of information. And you'll probably find your mind is going to become your master to a degree of deciphering the things that people say. And 90% of communication is body language. But again, with the Gemini energy, which is Mercury, all the things you said running through my head, I hear. And it's like regression work helps you come forward. And it's also, I'm seeing you almost looking at things from a quality control perspective. But you're wanting to be free. It's a bit like, if there was something that happened in the past that was very distorted, whatever that be. Because I do feel at the moment you're wanting a transformation. You're balancing the chakras. You're wanting this transformation. You're wanting to be able to communicate effectively. I do feel in the past you haven't been able to communicate because you've been punished for it, judged, misunderstood. The shell has come through where you're a marshmallow inside but had to have this staunch demeanor. It has been due to the fact you have been wounded quite badly. This can be, look, every human being on the planet's had this. Some of us will become very rigid and hard. Others of us can mellow through it. And sometimes we'll get the yin yang of it through our lives. However this is playing out for you, I feel you're coming to terms with the expectations you have on yourself. You're wanting freedom to have a connection, but there is currently a situation of the past that maybe it was a third party situation. Maybe it was a cheating and betrayal. Maybe it happened to you or you did it to another person. However this went down, this betrayal energy, this could have even been in your childhood. It has shaped an aspect of who you are and where you are, but there appears to be an old energy that's here. This old energy, it hasn't closed out, okay? So it feels like you had hoped maybe something would transform. This doesn't have to be that it's a bad thing. It was occurrence potentially that happened. A perspective is formed, be it with you or a current partner, however it falls. But where you wanted something to be, it didn't get there. I do feel now you're needing to be extremely private. You're needing to hold your cards close to your chest. You may be deeply protective. But when you're with somebody you love, I do feel you're protective of tribe. And you have it all. You're in balance. You're in harmony. Sometimes you're in awe. So there's something here. And it's weird because I'm focusing on the rose that's on the card. And it's a bit like a show. The card's in reverse. It's like the show's over. But something hasn't ended yet. And it's not even, you're not wanting to pay it none. It's frustrating, if anything. I feel it's frustrating because it's not working. It's not working, not on either side. There is an old situation that is not working. It might be an old memory. It might be an old 3D situation, but there's something not working. And it's fatiguing you. You really don't have a solution to it. So you're trying to recoup. You're feeling fatigued and overwhelmed. You've also got the crow on the card. And again, I'm feeling it's a family-related dynamic. It can even be a home. Something is not working at this point, and you're meditating upon it and wondering what to do. I do feel you're looking at where you belong and what family means, what home means, what being a Cancerian means, what those things and expectations mean. Because you have a focus on a wife energy. But again, it can be marriages, contracts, partnerships, family, connection to childhood. Over here, your money is going towards connections, wanting to move something forward. Yeah, wanting to have the yin and yang balance, wanting to have a brand new beginning, looking at how you can have that brand new beginning to take a relationship to the next level. I do feel there's been a lot of conflict, though. You've been battling and protecting, and in your own life, you've done this, maybe even connected to this connection. There can be also disputes connected to family surrounding you, surrounding an ex, disputes. Lots of chemistry and passion, and maybe even something occurring very swiftly. You're looking at your life, you're looking back, and you're thinking, okay, how has this happened? Why has this happened? You kind of know. You know where you're going to be. You know who is. That's what I'm hearing. Has the feed froze or are we all quiet? You don't want to be an enemy to individuals, but you also have to be your best friend. So it's almost like you're tapping into it and you're looking and you're like, sorry, not sorry, but at the same time, not also wanting to be enemies with people. It appears that there's a bit of conflict. Quietest listening. You guys make me paranoid, honestly. Interesting readings. Whoa. That was interesting. Another card was in the deck. Okay, you guys are receiving downloads. It's just all the magic. It's almost like accidentally. And I do think you guys at the moment, I don't know why this is coming up, but Cancerians at the moment are accidentally manifesting. And you may synchronistically be noticing it. I've noticed it with a few Cancerians. What you're receiving is some downloads in September, because this relates to a 9, and 9 is all about change. as to what to co-create. Thoughts, words, movement. Whatever you're going to say, it's okay. Some of you, this sentence, this communication, it's interesting because the woman on the card is closing her eyes and she's just going to try and channel the energy because this is very weird. Okay. So she's sort of in the demeanor of, I'm very calm, but it's like, and this can be a male or a female. Whoever this Cancerian is, they're like trying to get that chi energy. They're like, so something obviously has frustrated. Clarity is coming. I'm hearing all the words you say again because the spirals around from her air, trying to calm, trying to ignore, a bit like taking a sip of a drink and going, It's poker face, but not to the point, and it's just last straw. I feel last straw energy. Yeah, very protective. Nobody's going to take from me what is truly mine, which is their own mind, their own thoughts, their own feelings. Sugarcoating words, but I'm feeling something quick. Whatever this quick energy is, this may make this person snap. And I feel there could be ego, not necessarily on their side, it could be, but it could be external. There's the sun directly behind the woman. Which can be hopes, dreams, can be ego, can be perspectives and perceptions. Something's been going on for a long time. Now, this is with this person. It's made them feel really tired. They're really, really fatigued from this. You know, they're not happy about it. But it's growing them. It's made them balance the yin and yang. This is a burden that has to be dropped. And again, it can be mind. Their guides, again, are really ushering them to move forward. It's not, there is an upgrade here. But they also have their ancestors behind them. I feel they've just been in the storm the whole time. So they're really tired of being in the storm. There feels this fatigue. They're not waiting for another situation to occur. They feel it's unacceptable. Whatever this is, it's something that's said, something that occurs in September. It's something that they're quite disgusted by. And it's almost like you can see the woman. She's very calm. Very calm. And this can be a man or a woman, right? And this get exhausted, withered, strong inside. Never underestimate this, you know. This can transform to this, which is your crowning energy. I'm getting into my zone. I'm getting into my vortex. But look at the patience, and it is poker face. And in a moment's notice, if this person's gone through this shit and that's on the inside, excuse my French, that is them alchemizing their energy to get grounded. But you mess with that and you get up in that person's head and you mess with them. If their head's already messy from stress, that's not a very healthy way to go about dealing with this individual, because this is what they're carrying. This is what Cancer has been carrying. This is what people don't understand. Poker faces, nobody knows what a person goes through. They may have an ego and an expectation, but then you look at the health domain, and the thing is, post-traumatic stress disorder, not one person can say. So when it does come down to it, yes, energetically, sometimes we have situations play out to help us grow. Other times we feel, you know, we're in our ego and we're talking from our truth, but we don't understand. We all are one person. We all have our own needs, our own hopes, our own dreams. We all have flaws. We all have failings. But we all have an energy battery, and Mars is going retrograde. So, you know, Cancer, if you guys have reached this pivotal point, I really feel you need to pay attention to your health, because I do feel it could be both adverse for you and adverse for externals if they don't know that boundary. And look, some people just don't respect boundaries. So if they don't, this can be you snapping or cracking. Use Tumbaline. use onyx. For people dealing with Cancerians, respect the boundary because their guides are protecting them. And they're like, this may be one straw too much. That A could affect their health, that B could turn the person off. This is the second time this has happened. Okay, something is doing a 360. Something's popping off. Something's doing a 360. So the next row of the cards is almost like that was going to be written, but due to an external reaction, that's changed now. 360. Done. Why? New cycle. What is it? What is this? What happened? What happens? Something didn't change. Again, 5. 5 keeps coming up this month. Something didn't change. It didn't look attractive any longer. Something repulsive happened. Happened. Has been happening. Past tense. Any questions in the house? As I clean up a bit, and I might see if I've got any more channeled messages. Yeah, that fell out. That's a burden, man. That can kill you. That's like dying. Can't do it. It's exhausting. This can affect Cancer's health at the moment, so be mindful of that. We've got the, we have the South Node in the 6th house, which is it's work, it's animals, it's health. Just pay attention to that, especially around November, December. You want to be keeping your health in order. Some of you may be changing your diet. Others of you might be, because of the energy of Sagittarius, starting to lose weight. Any questions in the house? Have we fallen asleep yet? I'm in Perth, Western Australia, so I'm trying to get these videos done before the weekend. As many as I can, because I'm on a limited schedule. I do have things to do over the weekend, so I'll do as many as I can, and then the others will be done. America time 30th. I think it's the 30th. And the 31st. So the 30th and the 31st are more. And if I get a break in between, I will on Saturday, Sunday, but I do have clients on Saturday and Sunday as well. Has the feed jammed, or are we just asleep? The feed jammed. Uranus retrograde, geez. Okay, be mindful, Cancer, of the 9th. Pay attention to any documentation, doing things correct. Slow down. Pay attention to the road if you're in transport, because, that energy there in your career sector, it's Mars energy. Let's have a look. What will come up for you? 10th house career, depending on what you do in your career field, your operations, your movement, if you're using machinery, because we also have the nodes in Gemini. Again, pay attention. Intuitively, I feel you may sense things, but if things are coming at you, your cognitive ability is not going to be as clear. You've also got Pisces in your 9th house. So at the moment, there might have been dreams to have these big, go elsewhere energy. This could be in your career. It could also be a location, like one day living in the Bahamas or something to that degree, because Sagittarius is long distance travel. So, if you wanted to do something to that degree, or look at moving a connection to the next level, a lot of you are purging old in order to bring new, but also your value systems. Potentially relationships in the past didn't appear to be too healthy, and maybe you had a perspective on what love was, but now you're looking at it from a different perspective. You're now more looking for a spiritual connection over a 3D. Hey, let's go into a paradigm man and woman. You're wanting more. Maybe it just, you thought that's what you wanted, But now, be it with the same person or it needs to transform. It's having an overhaul. Just bought a house, moving soon. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so, and look, Libra, the 4th house in Libra, around October, November, yes, that can be a potential. And even beforehand, sometimes we energetically sense astrology before. But again, it can be beautifying. It doesn't have to be moving house. It can be changing it up, you're decorating it, you're getting more balance, and you're getting routine and order. But there can be, subjects to do with that coming up. Also, birthing of children in that energy. September, October. Yeah. I'd say October, November for babies if you're wanting fertility. Anything else you want to know before I love you and leave you? Take a break before my eyes close, even though it's during the day. What time is it? 1:44. There you go. Soulmate energy, twin flame. I hope this has helped, Cancer. And stay tuned to the community tab, which will tell you when I'm coming back. Any questions in the house while I'm here? Anything I missed? As for masculine energies, for those of you that follow TF Journey, I will do TF reads during the month and soon. Probably on Sunday night. Never know. You'll find they're going to get quite tired. Okay, so from a perspective, if you're tuning into a masculine, Jupiter going direct, you may find they have more intent to move forward due to circumstances. They're more inclined to take more accountability in the forward movement then. But they're also going to have a lot coming at them. So you're going to have to be patient and understanding to do with their ascension sequence. Yeah, things are going to start coming to life. Yeah, so manifest correctly, look at things effectively, and paint it be. But there is a transformation coming, and some of these downloads are going to come at night time. I will see you soon. Yes, surely will. And I'll also do a super chat day as well. I'll give you guys a heads up when I'm doing that. But yes, you have an interesting energy, Roseanne. There's some complications around that person at the moment. There's something they're healing from. There's a misunderstanding. I don't know if it's connected to you though, Dale. There's something on the other side there. There's something there. Does that make sense? Yeah, they're dealing with something at the moment. It feels a bit complicated. I don't know what that complication is. It can be emotional, but it feels complicated. Okay, people. Love you all. See you soon.